Welcome back to Yashahime Princess Half Demon Anime Review Episode 27. This is reviewing the last three episodes that were released dubbed for the series, as far as I can tell. As of right now, these are the most recent ones released. Next is probably going to be released in a couple days on Friday. Now, pretty much the title of these episodes are a two-part known as Battle for the Moon and A Place Not for Toa. That's 36. Mostly put for these three episodes. Now, Setsuna stuff is already done. They wrapped that up with episode 33. Mostly put, there's still a couple plot threads going on, and we're kind of merging them, having the group of girls come back together. Like in the case of Morha's, well, her thing is pretty much wrapped up within basically the two-parter, and then like the very next episode pretty much sets up pretty much the epic conclusion that's going to happen in episode 37. Mostly put the two major things that happens in here in these episodes. Let's start with Morha, where we actually go into a flashback with her, where we actually go into detail exactly what they brought this up at the start of this particular arc, this plot thread that was going on, where it was mentioned that Kagome sealed up the original, the actual deity that the Raccoon Dog clan worship. And they actually went to flashback of exactly when the heck this happened, because this did not happen in the original series. Oh no. Basically, based on this flashback, this is clearly before the pilot episode of this series. Like, I would say this is probably taking place between the series finale of Final Act and the flashback we see at the start of this very series. And of course, we actually have the return of the Moroku voice actor. Not the original one. No, he's not back. We do see the return of the guy who replaced him, who, from what I read, was the guy who preceded Sean Schemmel as the English dub actor for Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And from what I also read, this guy was also the voice of Light Yagami from Death Note. Yep, same voice actor. And, well, he does change his style up a bit. I mean, yes, I do miss the original Moroku voice actor because he did a damn good job basically voicing his character. He seems a bit off, per se. It seems as though during his first two appearances he made in the series, he basically was trying to emulate the style that the original voice actor was doing. Here, it's a bit toned down, which I found to be quite weird. And yes, I also miss Kagome's original voice actress, but her original voice actress is still very much alive. I have heard the reason why she is not able to come back this series because the actress has retired. That's simply the reason I heard, and she moved to Canada. And simply put, the voice actress we have here for this episode is the one Final Act. Yep, they bring her back again, even though she did make a brief appearance a few episodes, like back in I think it was like episode 29, I think it was, for a few lines. Here you see her. Of course, Inuyasha is still voiced by the same voice actor, which thank you, Viz Media, for keeping that, because, yeah, this may be streamed on Funimation and Crunchyroll, but Viz Media are the ones who are doing the dubbing for the series. Oh, I should also mention about Aime's voice actor. I've got to mention this in the last video. She is voiced by a woman named Faye something. I don't remember her last name, but she's the voice of Aqua from Konosuba. Yes, seriously. It's the same voice actor, so I'm like, wow. I did not expect her to basically appear in a Viz Media series. Especially since this woman is usually known for being... her name is Faye Menta. She's only been active since 2014, so she's not been around very long. Yeah. Now, let's see. She was born on the same day as my sister. Yeah. As for how old she is, well, it's not listed online exactly. Okay, she basically was in the series, the Ladybug one, Tales of Ladybug Cat Noir. Yes. As for how old she is, there's no listing exactly how old she is. It's just that she was born on my sister's birthday, September 2nd. Yeah, that's simply put. Oh, she's 28. I highly doubt she's that age now. So, I don't know if this is true, but apparently she was born the same day and the same year as my sister. Yeah, so she and her share the same birthday. If I get a chance to meet her, I'll probably talk to her a little bit about this. Yeah, a voice actress who's pretty much the same age as my own sister. Yep. And in case you're curious, though, does she act like... does she basically do the same style she had for Aqua? Yes. Yes, she does. Which probably makes this the first Crunchyroll dub actress I can think of, because Konosuba is dubbed by Crunchyroll, that does a Viz Media dub. Yep. So, in the case of Morha, where, like, they do show Shango here, which I love the fact they brought back her voice actress. I believe this is the third episode she's actually appeared in, because her first appearance was in the first episode of the series. Second time is she appeared in the President Moroku episode, and here it's a flashback. And so technically this is the third time she's been featured in the series. Oh, and they've heard her as Moroku's wife. And they don't... I guess this is probably just before Inuyasha and Kagome got married. Yes. Because they refer to Kagome as human priestess. They don't refer to her as Inuyasha's wife just yet, per se. No, but I can definitely tell this is before the events of what happened before they disappeared, because Kagome and Inuyasha are still here, and Sango is still active as a demon slayer. So they end up sealing, and it turns out the main villain of this whole entire thing is not the deity; it's the corrupt head elder, who turns out he's been embezzling from the clan. Yeah, he's been stealing their taxes. Seems like a very boring reason why they take him down. So they eventually expel him from the clan after, of course, a very lengthy battle with Morha. By the way, they actually reveal how they would defeat him off screen, because it's mentioned, like, they figure, like, how the heck defeat him? Apparently they did this, and then this. So basically they did the same move from Dragon Ball Z. Now, I have no idea why in the world Sunrise did this for. Why they copied the hand gesture that's notorious to be from the Dragon Ball franchise. When you see people do this move, what move you think of when people do this hand gesture? You know what this is? This is the hand gesture for the Kamehameha wave. Now, I get the reason why that Valdora did it in That Time Requires a Slime. The reason why? He probably read the manga. So I'm sure he probably is a big fan of that particular manga. But in the case of this one, there's no reason why Sunrise had to have Moroku and this corrupt elder do this. Yeah, I thought this was kind of weird. The fact he used this very hand gesture to beat them. It's the hand gesture for the Kamehameha wave. Why the heck did they use this for? I have no idea. It's by far one of the most baffling things I've seen for this series. I'm surprised that Toei probably... I don't know if Toei even cares. Like, I'm sure that Kiri Toriyama, I'm sure he probably has no problem with it. People basically do this a lot, because this is one of the most popular things from Dragon Ball Z is this hand gesture. Yes. So, I'm sure from Kiri Toriyama's perspective, he probably doesn't give a damn. In the case of Toei, I don't know if they actually do care or not, if they actually don't mind at all. I mean, in the case of what happened That Time Requires a Slime, I'm sure that the reason why it was included in the anime because it happened in the book, so why not? Yep. So they use this reverse whirl, like, and then of course they use reverse first world, and he gets beat, he goes fly away like he's freaking Team Rocket from Pokemon. And by the way, that's the last you see him. Is he dead? Unknown, because they don't really go back to it at all. The clan itself is handed off officially to the younger brother, the Tatsumi. He, of course, is basically continuing to be a bounty hunter. Despite the fact that Morha could easily just pay off her debt to the collector, but basically having being a bounty hunter is fun. And then they fly off until they run into stuff related to Toa stuff. Toa, on the other hand, is going through some memories. We actually explore what Toa's childhood was living in present day, which I found that be interesting. Yes, that was quite interesting to say the least. Because here's the thing, this is kind of in a way almost a full detail of exactly, of why in the world, what exactly happened during the 10-year time skip. I mean, it's been implied that she's been getting into fights over the years, so it kind of goes into some detail of that. Where we see when she was a child, she's still looking for Setsuna. I mean, her whole childhood is basically looking for Setsuna, and of course, she finally meets her back in episode 2 of this series. Yep. Then, you see her look for a fire, look for there, multiple places, and of course, when she's climbing top of the tree really fast, which is a lot like Inuyasha, of course, it's suspected that she might be Kagome's daughter. Nope. And of course, Salta's like, I don't think that's the case. First of which, Toa looks nothing like Kagome at all. Moorha looks more like Kagome than Toa does. Here's the thing: they have no idea about Sesshomaru at all. They have no idea Inuyasha's got an older half brother who is not a very nice person half the time. Though he's very nice to his daughters and Ren. He basically also occasionally beats up Jacken. But the only people he's not foul-mouthed with, or at least basically very aggressive with, is his daughters, Ren, and that's it. Actually, the tree spirit, who actually is from the Inuyasha series. So, by the way, they even bring back a character from Inuyasha. I forgot to bring this guy up. Matume, I think his name is, the guy with the big, huge ears, who apparently was last seen back in episode 197 of the original Inuyasha series. Damn, that's a long time to be gone. About time he came back, man. Of course, he appears briefly, but nice to see the character. I mean, last time people saw him was when he was basically in conversation with Naraku, the main villain of the franchise. Though, technically, he was the main villain of the franchise. He was the Sukan Jewel, the demon of it. Which I thought was kind of weird. Yeah. So, by the way, I forgot to mention this too. Moorha, when she sees basically the giant skeleton, which, by the way, the last time this was seen was in Final Act. Well, actually, no, it was in the original Inuyasha series when Inuyasha went there. What is the giant skeleton? That's her grandfather, the great dog demon, which apparently his name is Toga. I realize his name is Toga, but they always refer to him as the great dog demon. The only person who's referred to as his actual name is Zero for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It's also suggestive why she doesn't use her rainbow pearls. Last resort. Though I also forgot to mention this too about the area she's in. It looks like a hand-painted area, which I found this to be quite weird. Especially since you have the current time animation for this series. Compared to something that was probably they apparently use a style that the only series I've seen this in was actually One Piece from the early seasons. They use this very painted style for the backgrounds. Heck, they even have Zero and Mora and Toa be affected by this, which I found that to be quite strange. Why the heck does the style look like this for every time they show this area? Also, Toa is affected with this thing called the Eternity Bug, which apparently feeds on her sorrows. And the guy who's there apparently eats him like he is basically high on cocaine. He sorts them through his nose. I'm like, if you're going to eat something like that, why not just put it through your mouth? Why put your freaking nose for? Yeah, so he's high on sorrow. Despite the fact you can clearly see in the anime, he looked like he's high on drugs. I mean, with the whole thing across his face. I mean, it looks like he's high on drugs. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not sure where they got this idea from to have him snort and stuff like this. But it looks weird. Also, I forgot this thing I should definitely bring up here. Moorha is swearing now. Yeah, she didn't do this in season 1, but apparently in season 2, apparently it's okay for her to swear, which is kind of weird. Viz Media doesn't usually do have characters up swearing. Yes, apparently now they have the character swear. Yes, dropping the S word a lot in this series. At least he's not dropping the F bomb. Thank God for that. But why the heck is she swearing now? I get the fact she's rebellious, but here's the thing. Her father had freaking called people bastard, but it's not a regular curse word that's basically one of the colorful ones. No, it's just something that he would normally say. So, if you're probably thinking, why the heck is she swearing? She probably gets that from her father, despite the fact that prior to seeing him in the afterlife, she's never met him before. Nope, never met him. So, we show him basically that Toa, where she got beaten up by bullies for basically daring to mention, well, Setsuna basically think that she doesn't exist, even though she really does. And of course, she mentioned she didn't kick them. And of course, she was promised not to use demon powers, which it's not exactly stated if she did against these kids. She may have. It's not usually going into it all. She is very protective of her other younger sister, May, which is great for her. And plus, I love the fact when she was a baby that she called her cute. With no denying the fact she's one cute little girl. And when she's growing up, like, man, she's so adorable. Yes, so adorable. And I like the fact the way they write her in the series that Toa is a very good older sister. Well, even though she's adopted, she's very good being older sister. Yep. Which is so nice. Oh yeah, despite the fact she has a younger sister, but now she has two. Setsuna and May. Which, at first she didn't like it very much, but she was a bit confused by it. I mean, she's more confused by having an actual birthday. Yes. She's like, what's a birthday? Yeah, so apparently they don't know exactly where her birthday is. So basically they kind of celebrate when she was first found by Sota. Which, that's not a bad idea. That's kind of a good celebration anyways, when they first met, which, hey, that's actually pretty good. And of course, when she blows the candles, she ends up basically not only blowing the candles out, but apparently blowing up top of the frosting, which I found to be so funny. And it looks like she's a bit lonely, and then we show where she's older, where she's kind of currently anyways, I'd say prior to, like, the stuff we see in present day stuff, prior to her meeting up with her sister, where apparently she's knocking boys in the water for attempting to assault her. Yes, and apparently the girls have no problem with her beating up the guys like that. Because they call her so cool. Despite the fact she's a tomboy. Yep. Despite the fact she's a tomboy. Yep. And it's also brought up, I believe it was in the flashback stuff. Apparently she spent 1 week at the school. So apparently that the whole thing being at that school that she got kicked out of, that she was actually 1 week prior to Setsuna show up in present day. Yep. So they even show her. They have like in one episode basically look like she go back to full demon mode, like full power, and then we kind of basically fill in that little gap, which that was the whole point of episode 36. Was basically what exactly happened when during the whole off-screen stuff prior to her basically new moon thing being over with, and we also see Setsuna actually speaking to her mother for the first time. And of course, Rin is so happy to see, well, at least, one of her daughters, which, thank you, Sunrise, for that. And apparently also her silver scale curse has gotten worse. So apparently it's not only on her neck, it's on her face, her feet, even on her arms. Which, damn. And looks like she's about to cut the thread and basically cut out so she can live. But despite the fact that, well, according to her, can't exactly cut the thread just yet, per se. You have to solve Zero's regrets. You have to resolve those, then cut the thread and basically able to cure her of her silver scale stuff. And also shown here of Ren seeing Sesshomaru first time in 14 years. Yeah. So we see her, like, the reason why she's there was because Sesshomaru, who had basically found where Setsuna is, had basically run out to find her, like, Northern Road, and she sees her father and of course see Akohaku, and it's just, hello, sir, we haven't seen you in a while. And apparently they get along pretty good. Yeah, because Kohaku had traveled with Shishomaru for quite a while in the original Inuyasha series when he was freed of the brainwashing from the Raku. I guess traveling with Shishomaru probably was a good idea, especially since this is my personal theory. I think the reason why that he allowed Kohaku to travel with him was probably because he basically took good care of Ren, somebody he basically cared about. Yep. So they fight these bunch of ogre demons, and of course, basically at this mansion, that's when Rion and Rezu show up, and of course, well, you have Rezu trying to stop Toa from trying to kill Zero, because can't kill her just yet because of the threat to her mother, and of course, Rion telling her, "And Zero, please stop this." Yep. Now here's the thing: she probably doesn't give a damn about her brother, but she's not going to harm her niece. She's not going to harm her at all because, well, same blood. Yeah. Probably because also, and this is my personal theory, I think because that Rion probably treated her with a good amount of respect when she was younger. And the thing is, Zero's never known where as far as I can tell for Zero, it's not confirmed if she ever had a love. It's kind of implied she had a thing for the Great Dog Demon. Because apparently she was saddened by his death, which happened in the third Inuyasha movie. Yes. So that's something. Yeah, but that's all that. And of course you have Toa, who got very angry, goes to almost full rage demon mode. Same kind of mode that basically her father, Shishomaru, was done, and her uncle Inuyasha did too. I'm definitely looking forward to watching the conclusion of this thing in Zero's regrets. Well, Zero's feelings, anyways. That's episode 37, which I'll probably review either Friday or Saturday at the latest. I'm sure that's probably when it's going to come out, okay? So yeah, that's going to be it for this particular review. Next up is a series of 3 straight comic corners, okay? Next video. Bye.